Kia ora everybody, welcome to the channel Movement is Medicine. My name is Daryl. If you are here for the first time, a very warm welcome. And if you are coming back, it's great to have you back for another little movement snack, another little movement morsel. So obviously today we're on the deck. So we are down low. Way back in the day before we had chairs, when we weren't running and walking around, we spent a lot of time on the floor, not so much these days. And it is super important that we get on the floor, do a little bit of movement on the floor. In my humble opinion, with my face-to-face clients, I will always get them down low. How low can we go? So the focus of the video today is very much around the hip area, all those structures that are around the hip area. We're going to be working those, giving them a little grease and oil change. So we're really going to be getting you into these positions, moving you around a little bit, getting you comfortable. Options will still be available as per normal when I do a video, depending on where your mobility is. But this one is going to be short, but very, very sweet. So strap yourself in. Let's get ready to go. Hey team, just before we get into the sequence, I want to take a very brief moment to give a heartfelt thanks and a shout out to Dave, Joe, Debs, and Pam, who have supported the channel courtesy of the Buy Me a Coffee platform. I'm absolutely stoked that you've found enough value in the videos that you would see your way clear to supporting the channel in that way. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And now let's get back to the sequence. Okay team, so let's get into our work. So we'll follow along, and sometimes we'll be moving, sometimes we'll be static. So a little combination of both. So enjoy. So to begin, we're just going to sit. We want to be right up on the sit bone, sitting up nice and tall. I've got my legs extended out in front. And all I'm going to do to start with is just draw that knee up, and I'm going to use my arms and just pull that in. And then release. So we're just checking in. We're just saying hello. Just a little welcome to the body. Time to move. Now let's change the angle a little bit. So at the moment my feet are quite close. We're just going to come a little higher, and then I'm going to pull it in. Just changing the angle. Remember, we are three-dimensional. We move in 3 dimensions or 3 planes. So it's important that we don't just do the same thing the whole time. So consider this just to be our warm-up. Now what I suggest is that, remember, this is not a standalone. You don't necessarily need to do this once. It's not a one and done. You can keep coming back to this and eventually learn it, and then just roll through at your leisure. All right, from here, let's come into the butterfly position, just soles of the feet together, and then we're just going to close up and then open out. I'm just going to use my elbows to help push down. Open it up. So we're getting this work all the way through in here, the inside seam of the leg and into the joint. Now, some of you might have your heels in close. I'm not super flexy in this position. Some of you may need to be out here, so you just find what works for you. Remember, there's no comparison. Don't worry about what anyone else can do. It's where you are at, and then we try to get better from wherever we are at. No real set number of these. I'm just kind of rolling them through, as I said. Once you learn this sequence, you can just roll through it at your leisure. You might be sitting watching TV, so rather than being in the chair, you're just going to go to the floor. You might be watching a little bit of Netflix, and you can just roll through this while you are watching Netflix. Let's do one more. Nice. All right, so let's extend one leg. We're just going to tuck the other one in. And once again, it could be here, it could be here. It's up to you. And then once we're there, I'm just going to reach down. Now I've made it all the way to my foot, but it might be there for you. It might be here. So just reaching there, then change the angle. So we're just going to come through both hands. Then I'm just going to come to the outside of this bent leg, little rotation as well. Same again, reach down, course, what we do one side, we're always going to do on the other. So let's make the switch. So remember here, I'm not too concerned where this hand is. It could be wherever. Down through the center. I'm a little bit tighter on this side. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I always say that we're better on one side than the other. The key is to try and balance the body out as best we possibly can. Let's head into that for a second time of asking. As always, just breathing easy. All right, from there, just going to have the knees bent, feet on the floor. To start with, you may want to have your hands supporting you behind you, and then we're just going to roll from one side to the other. A little pause, trying to bring that hip through. Switch it up, other side. And again. Now, if you are able to, the option is to do this without the hands on the floor. You basically got your hands here. So give that a bash, and if you're not quite there, no drama at all. Keep the hands behind you otherwise. Just a little more challenging. So the hip joint is a ball and socket joint. So the head of the thigh bone, femur, sits into the socket. It just revolves around like this. So that's why I said about giving it a grease and oil. I want to keep it moving. A lot of people I know, a lot of people that I work with, super tight through the hips. Got to keep those hips free and easy. So now we're going to hold in this position, often called the 90-90 position, approximately 90 degrees at both knee joints. And then from here, we're just going to bring ourselves forward and fall forward. Now, the more advanced option is if you want to, you can swing this leg in and behind you. And sink into that. So one or the other. I'm going to hang here. For those of you that want to hang here, but remember you can swing that leg behind you. So this one's more of a static one. We just hit the pose and then we're going to hold. Come on up, make the switch. Bring yourself forward. Now, once again, I'm pretty much going all the way to the floor with my elbows and my chest and torso is resting on this thigh. But if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. So find where you're at and then hang and hold there. Then we'll come on up. All right, next one. So we're just going to extend one leg forward, take the opposite leg up and over the top. So the leg that I've got extended, I'm going to use that arm, and that's my wrapping arm. I'm just going to give myself a little hug. I'm going to wrap around, place the hand behind, and then rotate. So another static position. And if you want more, you can. That leg that's extended, you can actually bend it. So I'll show you. Rather than it being straight, I just bend it. I'm still wrapping and twisting the same way, and I'm aiming to get this hip down, this butt, this derriere, the bunda down on the floor. So bent or straight, up to you. I'll go back to straight. and then we'll head to the other side, up and over, wrap it up, hand goes down, rotating. Remember, if you want to, that can be bent, up to you. And then release. So as promised, this one's just a super short one today, but so sweet for the hips. The whole idea behind this one, this is my little training tip for you, is learn the sequence or learn the positions, and then you can just play with them. So you don't necessarily need to have this video on and following along with it. Just learn it, and then you can start to play with it. Oh, I'm going to hit that one now. As I said, while you're watching TV, while you may be doing a bit of work on your computer, you can have a nice, excuse me, low table here, and you're just working. Because that movement low down is something that we should actually be doing. Now, there are so many more things that we can do for the hips. There are so many more things that we can do on the floor. But as always, this channel is just about giving you little snacks that you can do anytime, anywhere. So learn it. Start to use it, implement it. Initially, you'll probably follow along with me, but once you've got it, you can just play along, play around, work with it, do your own thing, and it's going to do such good for the hips. So in the meantime, that's us. Another one, I think that's the 5th video chronologically on the channel. Very much a fledgling channel. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. It will help me as I build the channel out. The more the merrier, as they say. We want to build the tribe. The movement is medicine tribe as large as we possibly can. So until next time, I'm looking forward to it already. Ka kite anō. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Peace be the journey.